Will Smith reflects on career-changing advice from Arnold Schwarzenegger. Will Smith has recently opened up about receiving invaluable career advice at the beginning of his acting career from none other than Arnold Schwarzenegger. The I Am Legend actor shared the pivotal moment during the documentary film Number One on the Call Sheet, where he reflected on how this advice shaped the trajectory of his Hollywood career and helped him become one of the biggest global stars of his generation. Will recalled that the conversation happened in the early 1990s, at a time when his career was just beginning to take off with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He attended the opening of the Planet Hollywood restaurant, where he had a chance to meet three of the most iconic action stars of the era: Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, and Bruce Willis, who were all shareholders in the restaurant chain. "I walked into a room, 1990, 1991, something like that," Will recounted in the documentary. "The Fresh Prince was just getting started. I was young and hungry, and I knew I wanted to make it big in Hollywood. I wanted to be a movie star, not just a TV star. So it was Arnold, Bruce, and Sly. I walked up to them and I was like, 'Hey, look, I don't mean to interrupt y'all, but I want to do what y'all do. What's the secret? I know you know something that other people don't know.'" Will's boldness paid off when Arnold Schwarzenegger responded with advice that would change his entire outlook on the business side of acting and stardom. Arnold told him plainly, "If you want to be a movie star, you'll never be a movie star if your movies are only successful in America." The Bad Boys actor reflected on the significance of that statement, saying, "It was one of those moments where the light bulb went off. Arnold told me that my movies had to be successful everywhere on earth if I wanted to reach true stardom. That piece of advice stuck with me more than anything else anyone had ever told me about the industry." Arnold explained to Will that Hollywood is not just about making hit movies in the United States. Real success comes when you're able to create box office success globally. Box office-wise, if you're big enough around the globe, you can flop a movie in America and still make the studio's money back in Europe, Japan, Will noted. Will admitted that Arnold's advice gave him a new perspective on how to approach his career. He began to focus not only on appealing to American audiences but also on building a global fan base. He realized that the key to long-term success was to make films that resonated with people worldwide, not just within the US market. "That's when it clicked for me," Will shared. "I started thinking differently about the roles I was choosing and the types of movies I wanted to be a part of. I realized that if a movie could make $100 million in America, it was great, but if it could make $100 million in America and another $200 million internationally, that's how you really win." Will took this advice to heart and began strategically building his career around films that had international appeal. His goal was to create movies that could transcend cultural and language barriers and resonate with audiences from Tokyo to London to Rio de Janeiro. Arnold's insight also helped Will navigate the unpredictable nature of the film industry. He noted that not every movie will be a hit domestically, but global success can still secure a film's profitability. There were times when a movie underperformed in the States, but because of the global market, it still ended up being a success, Will said. "That's why Arnold's advice was so valuable. It taught me to think bigger." One of the turning points for Will's international career came when Russia opened up its market to Hollywood films. "We did one of the first premieres in Russia," Will revealed. "It was surreal. It was the first time I saw how powerful the global market could be. People in Russia were lining up to see our movie. That's when I knew this was bigger than just Hollywood. This was about creating a global legacy." The idea of global success became a driving force in Will's career. He focused on taking roles in films that could connect with diverse audiences worldwide. Movies like Men in Black, Independence Day, and Bad Boys became massive hits not only in America but also in Europe, Asia, and beyond. "Arnold taught me that the goal isn't just to have a number one movie in America," Will explained. "The goal is to have the number one movie in the world. That's how you become a true movie star. That's how you build a legacy." Will's ability to balance blockbuster success in the US with international appeal is one of the reasons he became one of the highest-grossing actors in Hollywood history. His films have grossed billions of dollars worldwide, cementing his place as a global superstar. Reflecting on his career, Will acknowledge that Arnold's advice gave him a competitive edge and a strategic mindset. Arnold, Bruce, and Sly were the kings of action movies back then. They knew the formula. They knew how to make movies that people wanted to see everywhere. Learning from them was like getting a master class in how to build a career. Will also expressed gratitude for the willingness of Schwarzenegger, Stallone, and Willis to share their wisdom with him as a young actor. "They didn't have to help me," he said. "They could have seen me as competition, but instead they saw me as someone who wanted to learn. And they gave me the keys to the kingdom." Will's journey from a young sitcom star to a global box office powerhouse is a testament to his talent, work ethic, and strategic approach to career building. But he credits that pivotal moment with Arnold Schwarzenegger as one of the key turning points in his rise to superstardom. "Arnold gave me the blueprint," Will said. "He showed me how to think beyond Hollywood. He showed me how to think globally. That's why I'm here today, because I listened, I learned, and I applied that knowledge." The conversation with Schwarzenegger not only changed Will's career trajectory but also influenced how he approached fame and success. "Being number one in America is great," Will concluded. "But being number one on the call sheet, everywhere on Earth, that's the real dream." Will Smith's story is a powerful reminder that success in Hollywood isn't just about talent. It's about strategy, adaptability, and understanding the global market. And thanks to Arnold Schwarzenegger's advice, Will was able to unlock the secret to true movie stardom.